Sup, you fools? Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. Melodifestivalen semifinal 2 is upon us, and we could not be more excited, those who love Melodifestivalen with the burning passion. And I did this video last week and it did not turn out well. My pre-favorites, my 3 pre-favorites end up in the bottom 3 on the actual night. I listened to the snippets, I watched the performance, and I will share with you my personal favorites, the 2 songs that I think should go to directly to the final, and the 2 songs that, in my view, based on my first impression, should be the Andra Chansen. Keep in mind, this is just my personal taste, this is not a prediction, although I can comment on that as well. Anyways, so 7 songs, let's talk this through, let's talk Eurovision. So the first song I want to see in the grand final, and probably my favorite song of the night, Liamoo, Bluffin. Is it a different style by Liamoo? Absolutely, and I will say it sounds a little bit more Thomas Gieson than some of his previous efforts, but it's an absolute club banger. I'm not going to lie, it was good, could feel it in my veins, definitely a song I could get behind. And Liamoo sounds previously, I mean his songs I should say, were not to my liking. I wasn't crazy about either of his efforts, although I always appreciated him as an artist. So the fact that he has the potential to become my favorite is certainly a little turn of events here, but I'm super excited about that as well. Staging looks promising, a great way to start the show on Saturday, and though he does, my pet peeve of mine is this whole, you know, the backtrack is so loud you cannot even hear him, which is unfortunate, but this is what Sweden is going towards anyway, and even Eurovision, unfortunately. But at least overall it's still a great song, I think, right? Again, my last video didn't really work out well, so maybe this one I'll be more right. But this is definitely a song I want to see in the finals. The other song that I think should be in the finals straight away is Tone Sekelius, My Way. This is the first, Tone is the first transgender person to compete in Melfest. That is a big milestone, so a round of applause just for that. Now, in terms of the song, first impression, the jury is still out, but clearly I'm putting it through. But let's talk this through. Good thing, very catchy melody, right? It has a nice hook, and it has this pop sound, but it adds these string sounds that I feel like that is a great combination. So that made it stand out to me. The bad thing, it is very Melfest, and which I guess is not technically a bad thing per se, right? But what I mean by that is it is also a lacks originality. That is probably my biggest issue, but overall I'm digging the energy of the song, and with the great staging, this has the potential to actually win the night, and it certainly has probably a lot of fan support. So the first impression was, even though I don't necessarily think that Tone is the best vocalist, I think the song has a lot more going for it, and looking at the competition, that's how I feel. So there you have it. Based on my first impression, these are the 2 songs I think that should go through. Final judgment still coming up, right? Just like for all of us. Now that means there are 2 more songs that should be in the Andra Chansen round, and these are the 2 that I picked based on my first impression. The first song that I want to see at Andra Chansen, at least there, is Browsing Collection, Face in the Crowd. And hear me out, this is actually, considering, not very non-Melfest friendly, right? Which is a big plus in my view. It's a kind of pop rock sound that we've heard, but with a flair of like 90s grunge-ish. You get what I mean? Now, while the band feels like almost like a random group of girls that just decided to go on stage real quick, I find it quite charming and enjoyable, and it's a little bit of a departure what we have seen at Melfest. Extra points for being a little less predictable is what I'm trying to say in the lineup. Again, I'm withholding my final judgment because this song really depends on the live performance, because the song needs the oomph, it needs the power, it needs the energy, and if that doesn't happen, it's going to go away. But my eyes are on it, it's on my radar, and I enjoy it. The next song, the second song I say go to Andra Chansen based on what I'm hearing, is John Lundvik, Änglavakt. And as of right now, I would say it is certainly not as epic as Too Late for Love, but it's certainly better than My Turn. That is at least where I fall on this song. Now, what I like about it, it feels authentic. Or I feel as this is something that John wants to sing, rather than just sending something that they feel could do well at the contest. And I think there could be a lot of personality coming out. And the fact that it's in Swedish, another nice touch. I'm very much promoting, encouraging Swedish music at Eurovision eventually, right? Even if it's not going to be this year. Now, another song that's maybe a little bit dull in the studio version, but let's look at the fact that John, first of all, a fantastic singer, and he has a ridiculous amount of stage presence and charisma. And there's just something about John. He's the kind of guy who can make any song sound better. And that is what I'm hoping here as well. I do like it enough, but I wanted to be elevated even more. But as of right now, this is my other second chance choice. That means 3 songs are out. I want to talk about them. Currently not in my top 4, I should say. I'm sorry, top 4, but has all the potential to climb up in my ranking. And this one, I want to put a big exclamation point, or asterisk, I should say, right next to it. And that is Samira Manners is the name. I Want to Be Loved. First of all, what a strong English accent. It doesn't sound put on either. So she either is English or she is just really good. I mean, I was very impressed. She's doing a really good job. And I had a hard time judging this one. That's why it's still a little lower than I wanted to be on the clip. So I have to wait and see. But it's quite folky, and it's usually my kind of cup of tea, right? Just the clip was not the best one that they used, I think. I feel as they are aiming for a potential Andra Chansen qualification here, but if it's really coming across as a moment, this could easily climb up in my ranking. So it just misses out on my top 4, but I am not completely ignoring it. Niello and Lisa Ajax, gosh, Tror, bryr. My Swedish is a little rusty, meaning non-existent. But my point is, this is not what I expected from Lisa Ajax, right? The girl, remember her? She's that I don't give a F kind of girl, and now in 22 she ends up singing in a hair salon. This is just not what I expected, the evolvement. It's a song performed in Swedish on top of it, just kind of what John Lundvik has done, and this one is insanely campy. It's certainly less mainstream pop. Still pop though, right? So I guess we're staying somewhat close. I'm still surprised by the direction of the song, and that being said, it's not like bad. I'm just very confused about it. Cater to the Swedish audience, clearly not to the international crowds, and clearly I don't think they're going for a win here. So I would say if Lisa's name was not attached to this, I'd say this is a certain non-qualifier. Here, I'm not quite sure. Personally, it's not enough for me. And then the last song I'm mentioning is Alvaro, Estrella, Suave. I'm sorry, but Alvaro, he just continues to send the same music every single year. It's a repeat of previous efforts, and that means he will be in the finals because he always ends up in the finals, even though it goes for Andra Chansen most likely. I mean, let's be real here. You can't deny, first of all, that this feels like a Despacito 2.0 effort, right? And it's cheesy, so cheesy. I can do cheesy if cheesy is done right, but if cheesy is not fun, then cheesy isn't working for me. And I guess that's where this one falls. I'm just sorry. It feels as Alvaro has become, at least in Melodifestivalen, a little bit of a one-trick pony. And I'm just not into his music. So that's why it's pretty far down in my ranking. So there you have it. This is based on my first impression. The songs that I want to see go through again. Liamoo should go through. Tone Sekelius as of right now. And then Browsing Collection, John Lundvik to second chance. But again, I have my eyes on the others, especially Samira Manners. So it's going to be fun. I cannot wait for it. What was your first impression? You kind of on the same side, or you have somebody else that I'm ignoring? Whatever it is okay to disagree. Leave your thoughts below in the comment section. Would love to hear from you. All right, I'm moving on, so see y'all soon. Oh!